What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another review of the patch notes. As you guys can see, patch notes 9.17 has just been released a day ago. Now, I was a little bit late to this. I was playing Classic WoW. I apologize for those who watch my reviews. I do apologize for that. But let's get straight into it. It is a short one this time. This is one of the major patches that just came out. And it's brought in a new character, which is Pantheon. As you guys can see from the picture up here, Pantheon has now been released to TFT. Yes, I love Pantheon. As a jungler, as a top laner of League of Legends myself, I used to love playing Pantheon. But guys, let's get straight into it. Let's make this short and sweet. Let's go. As you guys can see, boom, patch notes. We'll skip all that. Let's do it. Pantheon, he's now a 5 cost, which is awesome. He's going to be Dragon, Origin, and Class. He's going to be Guardian. So now we have another Guardian besides Leo and Braum. So that's going to be really, really handy. So you could probably look at shape-shifting Guardians now, which would be pretty cool. I think that'd be a cool way down the line. It looks like you could have shape-shifting Guardians, and even have like not Noble, sorry, Glacial mixed in with that too. Be cool to see, like 4 Glacial shape-shifting Guardians. Ooh, be cool little combinations out there now that Pantheon has been introduced into the world of TFT. Pantheon leaps into the air, crushing down towards the furthest enemy and stunning them for 4 seconds, 6 seconds, and 8 seconds based on their levels. Enemy in Pantheon's path take 15%, 30%, and 45% of their maximum health as magic damage. Wow. Okay, that's massive. So if Pantheon ults at well, it is a 5-star gold champion, so like it is going to be hard to get. But that's half health is anyone on the board okay. So and then they burn for 20% of their maximum health as true damage over 10 seconds. So they pretty much get Morellos. So let's just take this for those who know about items and stuff. So Pantheon basically gets Morello burn on enemies after he ults. So they'll lose 15% of their health regardless at level 1, and then get a Morello burn just from getting on the ult. That's actually quite insane. That's pretty cool. A Grievous Wounds note in the game tooltip is lagging behind an update in patch 9.18. Okay, cool. Well, that's Pantheon. Pantheon's new. It's new and improved. I'm not sure if I don't think he's going to be ranged. I think he's going to be close up melee. I haven't played too much of Pantheon at all, so I haven't really checked that, but I believe he is just close range. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Moving on. We got the first carousel now has 2 cost units. All 2 cost units. Okay, so as you guys know, in carousel, you would sometimes get like a Cassidon or like a Fiora or something like that. Level 1 units that are in there. They all now are level 2. Because I know some people miss out on the gold because due to the fact that they're last to pick or get knocked off their item or something. And then the last one, they unfortunately get a gold star, which is, I mean, it's unfair, it's unnecessary. So I'm glad they kind of changed that. Ghost Arms now benefit from trait bonuses. Ghost Arms, they actually spook now. I'm not too sure exactly what that means. Attack speed cap has been increased from 2.5 to 5 so fast. Okay. So the cap now is 5, so that's a lot. So hunters out there are going to be, rangers out there are going to be crazy fast. It's also having updated to be more clear. And number scaling ability, okay, cool. Ability power. Cool. Moving on. Assassins! Reworked to add a bit more consistency, finally. Okay, so we know that they can do crit damage, we know how much they can crit, but basically, their chance to crit is a lot less. As an assassin, you would think they'll be able to crit more often rather than more. So I believe it's better off they change this trait. So as you guys can see now, increase the daily, increase the delay before assassins jump so they can access the backline more often. Now, in my previous notes, when they brought out Hextech and all that stuff before, when they changed it originally and said that they now move faster, I said in that patch notes, you guys can go back and watch it, I legit said this in my patch notes, I don't like this trait, and I hope they change it back, because you cannot jump with assassins now to the backline. The whole benefit of being in the assassin perk was the fact that your assassins would jump to the far back line and allow, you could base your units right at the back and allow their team to move forward, and your assassins would have jumped to the back line. That's kind of how it worked. And they changed that, which made Assassins so much worse. But they buffed Assassins, but I thought they debuffed Assassins based on that trade. So this actually brings in a really cool feature to that. Trait bonuses, 125% crit damage and 75% crit damage. Cool. So like I said, I think it was better off that way, that they did that and changed it from crit damage percentage to crit amount. So they crit more often than total amount is more. So I think that's better. And obviously, guys, 6 traits, 35% crit damage has been reduced down to 150% crit damage, but with 25% chance to crit, which is way better. Because you can always get IE, which will give you the crit bonuses now. So you'll see a lot out there now with the 6 crit with the extra crit damage now with IE. I think that'll go really well. Okay, now Hex Tech. Item disabled duration 8 to 7 seconds. Okay, because we all know level like 2 Hex Tech, 8 seconds is like half the match, and it's kind of a bit of a disadvantage. They've reduced that down. Cool. I don't see no problem in that at all. Let's have a look. We've also got Noble, tapping their power a little bit. Okay, so we know Nobles are being crazy right now, and I've said this many times during my live streams. I believe that they needed to reduce the healing from Noble buff down to 25. I've said this for a long time, and they finally now reduced it down to 25, which is awesome, and their armor's now being reduced. I actually said I didn't mind 6 Nobles being at 35, maybe 30, but I always said that I think 3 Nobles shouldn't be 30. I think 3 Nobles should be the armor buff. Yes, I can understand. But the healing should have been 25. I said that, like, I don't care that the healing was 35 at max, because not many people often get that much. But yeah, I always say the healing out of 3 out of 3 Nobles should be lowered, because it's pretty OP in the starting, like, first couple of rounds. You can always win by just chucking 3 Nobles in, because they get that buff for healing, which is crazy. It's just really hard to kill. Ranges. Making ranges more consistent, double the attack speed. So this actually works really well with the capping now. So as I was saying before, the attack speed cap of how fast you can actually attack was 2.5. They've now reduced that to 5. So rangers are going to get a massive buff here, because now they not only get more chance to double the attack speed, you can actually add faster attack speed with Rage Blade and all that kind of stuff. So this is going to actually work really well with rangers. You're going to see a lot of rangers, like, watch out for Ashes out there, perma stuns incoming. I can see it already. Shapeshifters. Now, with the whole dragon buff thing too, I think that's pretty cool. You're going to see some shapeshifting dragons out there, I think, with Noble buff. We'll also see shapeshifters transform. So now they've reduced down the amount of mana cost it takes to shapeshift, which is awesome, because Nah takes way too long. He is the biggest mana cost to shapeshift, and it just takes forever. So they've now reduced Nah down by 25. Let's start from the top. Nidalee is down for 85, which is cool. Jace has now been increased from, his armor has been increased, and Jason will now transform at max mana, even though there is no target in range. Yeah, because there was a bug where he would, like, wander around or get stuck at full mana, and it wasn't able to shapeshift shoot from range, because he's merely before he ults. So he's close range, and then he ults his far range. But if he was, like, say a person was in the corner and they all bunched in there, and Jason's at the back full mana, he couldn't attack because he wasn't shapeshifted yet, and it bugged out a few times like that. But I'm glad they brought that in. That's cool. Shyvana total mana has now been reduced from 100 down to 85. Cool. I don't really think that's really much necessary. I don't think that really matters. I think Shyvana was fine, but I think they were just doing it for all shapeshifters, just to give shapeshifters a bit of a boost. So, okay. It's only down by 15, so I guess they're right. But now I got a massive one, which is called 25% mana reduction. That's cool. Like, reduce. Cool. I think that's really good for Nah fans out there. I think that's going to be good. Yodel. Stick with the consistency theme here. So, instead of being dodge chances now increased. So, again, Yodel's got debuffed. Now they're getting increased again. I'm going to see a pattern here with this, back and forth, because I feel like people are going to complain whatever is the best build at the moment. And I know Yodel's was the best one, and then it was like Nobles were the best one, and then they got buffed and debuffed. It's going to happen back and forth a lot until it starts to mellow out a bit. But I think bringing Pantheon in now with the dragon buff and his damage ult, I think there's going to be a lot of different stuff now. Hopefully the game will slowly start to get balanced out, where you can go 4 or 5 different builds and you could still have a decent comp to last the top 4. At the moment, it's literally gunslingers, 6 brawlers, and nobles. That's legit only it. And it really misses out shapeshifters there, or like full demon buff is no longer in top S tier. So there's a lot of stuff out there that just, and it's not cutting it anymore. Graves adjusts his interaction with rapid fire cannon. He maintains his range and narrows the bullet spread down to a shotgun choke. So if you guys ever seen the lawnmower Graves thing that was made, Ascara did one which was double rapid fire cannon with red buff. Now, or you can add IE and all that kind of stuff to it. But what he was doing, you literally can put Graves in the far back corner, and he could ult the entire, like he could shoot the entire map. And you could do damage to every single person on the field over and over again. Red buff, red buff, red buff, and the length was ridiculous. So now that's going to be reduced down to more of a shotgun choke, which I think is fine. So it'll only still hit probably 2 or 3 enemies in a straight line to the target, not a massive AoE just the entire team thing, which is crazy. Now, Warwick's health has been increased. Cool. Because even level 3 Warwick isn't that great. He's probably one of the easiest brawlers to get at level 3, but he's still pretty weak in the aspect of things. That's cool. Now, Lissandra. I've spoken about Lissandra for so long. She has been horrible. This entire launch of TFT, horrible. They've tried to buff her, and she's just still horrible. But now, they've brought in her more health. They've gained her less stamina, less mana for her ult to go off, which is good. Because her ult did no damage really at all. And they've also increased her damage ability. Finally, Lissandra might be a person that you would consider having on the board. Before, she was literally the only reason you would add Glacial to have Elementalist. That was the only thing you would have. Elementalist, Lissandra, boom. That was it. Like, that was the only reason to have Lissandra in there. You wouldn't have her in anything else. She was just horrible. Gameplay has been a damage reduction. So that's good. We knew how OP he was. So as you guys can see, level 1's been reduced 50, level 2 has been reduced by 75, and level 3 has been reduced by 100. Leona now stunned has been reduced. Now, that is massive. Her stun was huge. Like, if it landed on your main damage dealer, you were gone. Like, it was worse than Hextech. Like, it was really bad. You could have 3 items on a Jinx or a Draven, and it gets stunned by Leona. Nothing you can do for the entire game. Like, it's so long, the stun. It's just ridiculous. Healing changes. Healing effects will tuned around grievous wounds, completely turning them off. Okay, so healing at all. Since we're reducing grievous wounds effect, we're also reducing the effectiveness of other heals. Okay. Reduction is now from 100% down to 80%. Bloodthirst is from 50% of damage down to 40% of damage. Hextech Gunblade healing is 30% down to 25% of damage. I don't know if I like that. But yeah, okay. I mean, it's good. It's reducing damage down. That's cool. I think that's good. Redemption healing was 1500 now, doing reduced down to 1200 healing. So I think they changed that again. They did that previously, and they've changed it again now. And the last but not least, guys, a whole bunch of bug fixes. You guys can read that. I'm not going to read out every single one. I know Hextech had a whole bunch of bugs they've now fixed. So Hextech's now improved a lot if you're going up against Hextech, which is cool. They fixed the Rek'Sai buff here, knocking up the target at longer distances rather than just one space away, which is good. Warwick spawning a new Warwick if he dies mid-leap. That is true. That has happened multiple times. You would see a ghost of him there. Ari will no longer cast her ability at an enemy out of range. Now, if you guys added rapid fire cannon to an Ari, it would completely ruin her because her ult wouldn't actually hit the target. So she would ult from distance, and her ult wouldn't actually work. Lucian now correctly triggers launched attack effect static shift. Okay, so there you go. Lucian now proc static shift. Runezeka has also auto hits dashes him. Okay, cool. Other than that, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Shyvana's got an ability fix where she now jumps to a better spot away. She was having bugs where she was literally jumping into more people and stuff. So that's better. Vi's ult sometimes chain hitting the same enemy. Okay, I haven't seen that, but obviously that might have been a bug. And little legends that get inside the additional shard draft barrier before it comes out and now boosted out. Yes. Cool. So as you guys know, you can sneak into the barrier sometimes in a TFT round. You've probably seen that a few times where the guys, little legends running around the carousel, grabbing it. You're now going to get booted out before the carousel's in. Anyway, guys, that is up. Really quickly, really straightforward. Not too many changes, a few tweaks, and a new Pantheon champion. I'm super keen to see them play out. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. If you guys want to see my socials and stuff, all down below. I do live streams and all that kind of jazz. And I've also done a lot of builds on TFT as well. Go check that out on my channel. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Much love. BigGeee out.